No one ever talks about what men go through. Because quite honestly, men are strong enough to not sit there and complain about anything, which is a blessing in itself. But we're living in an ego driven world. We all believe we are including something. We have a voice. We are important. We all feel important. We all have a purpose. We all feel that there is some drive in us to make our mark on the world, especially from the internet, social media, having a platform to present yourself. We all believe that we are something that is higher than who we really are. And quite honestly, I can't sit here and say from a man's perspective, but I can tell from observation that men go through things that are not even said. They're not talked about. Women don't care. Okay, that is just point blank, period. Why no one talks about it. Women mainly, we don't care. We truly don't. We have our own issues. We believe that our traumas and our problems are bigger than everyone's. And that's a first sign of having a highly inflated ego. To think that your problems are above anybody's, that's ego. And I've said in another video, an ego is dangerous. An ego will deteriorate your personality to the point where no one likes you. Yeah. And that's why most women are alone. Most women are bouncing guy to guy because men can see through their selfishness. You know, your actions are who you are. You can say you are caring, you can say you're this soft spoken woman, but your actions are you. So if all of your actions are tied to yourself and building your own empire, building some sort of ego driven purpose, men see through that because, quite honestly, men do the things that they have to do. Not every single man has the luxury to drop everything and go follow their dreams. But women, they'll do that in a heartbeat. Women will do that in a freaking heartbeat. There's only a select few of men that will do that. And quite honestly, it's like jumping on the edge into the unknown for a man because it's not your typical storyline for a guy, you know? So to say no one talks about what men go through, it's really the ignorance behind it. Women truly don't understand because we're so self-deluded. And the crazy part is being, a woman that goes on social media, I see the videos. I see the marketed feminist type of videos where, it's F men, you're the reason why. Women are so quick to relate to that. They're not relating to a man's problems. It's actually a choice. It's a choice to relate to someone. It's a choice to understand them. And women are just totally turning the cheek. We don't care. We're just like, you know what? I have all the abundance. I can do what I want. I can build my own empire. I can make my own money and marry a funny man. Yeah. Yeah. That's the reality we live in. And a lot of men, that's their reality. Men feel practically used. That's just my observation. Men are used and then thrown to the side. It's like women, once they get with some guy that they actually are really interested in, they take advantage, use anything that they can to get out of them and like whatever necessary, whether they learn something from them, whether they get something of material from them, or just straight up, have a trauma through them. They have a lesson to learn from a man. They take that trauma and lesson and they completely 360. They 360. Not in a good way. To say that you can 360 in a good way, think about that. 360 is you are landing in the same spot. 360 in a circle, you're landing in the same spot. So it's really just abusing the perspective that you gain from a man. That's what women do. Women will take advantage of a man and then pretend that it's her idea, pretend that it's her existence. And that's very masculine. It's very you know, all these women are very masculine nowadays, and they love to say that it's this healing feminine energy, and I just don't believe that crap. I don't believe it. It's bullshit. It BS. Because a true feminine woman who is not full of pride, full of ego, and full of, you know, feeling like she has to represent something in life, will submit in some way. Yeah, submit. And women hate that freaking word. It's crazy. It's really crazy because a lot of these women too also feel like they're faith driven. They believe in God. And if you believe in God and you're a feminist, that's neither here nor there, right? But submitting is like this fearful word in women. It's crazy. You can't just admit a man is right. You can't admit a guy is, you know, doing good or having some idea that you can go off of. Women love to boost their own egos and say that they are the baddest bee in the world. They are the that girl, whatever, right? But in that concept, they are belittling everyone. And if any woman is a girl's girl, why would you say you're the only girl in the world? Why would you say that you are that girl? Because you have other friends, right? You have other women that you support and love so dearly. Why would you belittle other women? I just don't get this whole concept. It's contradicting in in the biggest way. That's why they're so afraid of submitting to men, because submission is the opposite of contradicting. It's actually coinciding with someone and believing in them, understanding them, and in thus you create more of a personality, you create more of a relatable sense of yourself. You're more relatable if you can submit to someone. And submission is not just, yes, you know, I'll do anything you say. No, submission can be through random people. You do it all the time at work. Think about that. If you work in customer service, if people are giving you a hard time, you submit to them. The customer's always right. Why can't we do that in relationships? Why can't we do that in friendships? Why can't we even do that in our own families? We can't ever admit someone else is right. We can't ever admit that, you know, they might be going through something. It's insanity. Insanity. The world is chaotic as it is, and women just stomp on everything. No, I'm right. I am right. I am traumatized. You are only a victim once in this world. Let's make that very clear. Whatever you're going through, times it by 10. There's more people going through more shit than you. So what does your problem matter to the world? It doesn't matter. But that's how they treat men. They treat men like their problems don't exist. Men don't have any problems, right? They've been catered to since the dawn of time. You know, they've had the more salaries. They were able to have the right to vote. I'm talking American here. The right to vote and all of these rights that men had before women, we have them now. So what is the problem? What's the problem? Seriously. Because quite honestly, we lived a much more peaceful life that you claim to say you have. Like, you know, cooking, cleaning, being the housewife, only dealing with the children, and being, you know, being a woman, basically. And now we have all these rights. We can go any which way we want. And we always pick the worst way, the worst perspective, the worst way to treat people. We think we are everything that we are really not. It's highly inflated ego. The reason we don't talk about men is because we quite honestly wish they didn't exist. I'm not speaking from myself, I'm speaking women as a whole. American women as a whole wish men didn't exist. I've seen so many videos of women like, oh, if we were to delete anything in the world, what would it be? You know how many comments would be, oh, I think we're all thinking the same thing, right? And I'm a woman. I understand how women speak. I understand their sarcasm. I understand their little bits and pieces of, we all know. We all know. And it's men. We really believe we could run the world without men. There's a reason God created men and women. Okay, and if you are a believer in God, if you are a believer in faith, if you are this faith-driven woman that you believe, that you say you are, why would you even say that? Why would you even believe that? Oh, it's just so crazy because social media, I wouldn't say women or men run the world. Social media runs the world. It runs it. So the point where you don't know what's AI anymore. You don't know what's real, what's fake. It's getting scary. It's getting pretty scary. If you don't have your own train of thought, if you don't have your own belief system, if you are not staying concise with what you truly believe in this world, you can go any which way. You are frolicking like a leaf in the air. That's what you are. That's what we are. Instead of sheep, we are now just leaves. And there's way more leaves than sheep in the world. And they all just, they're moved by the air. And women would find this poetic too. Women would be like, oh, well, I am this wind and air and nature and all of this. Like, what happened to that? Why do you want to be a boss woman? Why do you want to be career driven? Like, I don't understand the concept of how contradicting women truly think. Yeah. If no one's going to talk about what men go through, I'm going to talk about it. And I'm not saying I know every single problem a man goes through. I'm not a man. I don't know. So I'm speaking in the perspective of a woman, what I see. And most of it is women's deluded ideas of what men are. And we all just manipulate each other to thinking that we're entitled to this hierarchy. We're entitled to being this feminine, career-driven, single, woman who will never have kids. That's what we are telling ourselves. So we don't need men, right? All we need is their sperm. If we wanted to have children, we could just take their sperm and delete them in. That's what we say. That's what we believe. That is crazy. That is like psychotic. What are we, robots? Like, oh, if anyone is going to push forward this AI generated BS, it's going to be women. Because we love to fake it. We love to pretend that things are real. We are so delusional. Men are so logical that why would they agree with AI? There's certain things that, could help us in the world. Like, I beg to differ. We've been doing fine without it. I went through all 4 years of high school, all of middle school, without using ChatGPT, without using AI. I think we're fine. We're fine. We don't need it. Nothing can be replaced by the human brain. And the human brain created AI. So yeah, if anyone's going to talk about what men go through, it's going to be me. Yeah. So if you like this video, if you like any of my videos, a lot of them talk about the problems that we go through with masculinity, femininity, dynamics, relationships, all of the above. I talk about it because I'm a very observational person. I get to the point. There's no need to beat around the bush here. It's in your face. You go on social media, it's right there. Any recommended video you have, any viral video, most likely, unless it's, some family video, which are very rare. Family home videos are very rare nowadays, if you think about it. It's kind of how YouTube even came up. Family home videos, where are they? People are so ego-driven. They believe that they are bigger than everything. So, yeah, if you like this video, I'm going to be creating more. And it comes from a sense of passion. It comes from a sense of just feeling like I feel for men. I feel for the fact that it's even gotten to this point. And I'm only one girl. I'm only one person. And to say that I'm the only woman talking like this, I don't believe that, but it's very, very few percentage. So I'd like to keep this going, keep the awareness up, because that's what we need. We need awareness, not delusion. And yeah, thank you. I'll see you later.